military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the Air Force and Space Force songs, and the reciting of the Airman's Creed. Now marching into position, Flight 363, led by Staff Sergeant Raul Peña. Flight 364, led by Master Sergeant Genevieve Fulgham. Flight 365, led by Technical Sergeant Richard Castilleja. Flight 366, led by Technical Sergeant Allison Ledford. Flight 367, led by Technical Sergeant Jessica Kornman. Flight 368, led by Technical Sergeant Trevor Scott. Flight 369, led by Technical Sergeant Nigel Cotton. Flight 370, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Beach. Flight 371, led by Technical Sergeant Israel McDowell. Flight 372, led by Master Sergeant Lewis Perry. Flight 373, led by Technical Sergeant Ashley Anderson. Musical support for this morning's ceremony is provided by trainees from the 320th Training Squadron, performing under the direction of retired Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown, Stratford, Connecticut. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Ozjan.
Please pray in your tradition as I do in mine. O God of heavenly powers, by the might of your command, You drive away all the obstacles before us and lead us toward being successful leaders. Be present in your goodness with your servants, trainees, MTIs, commanders, civil servants, and families. Today, we pray for a special blessing for them and ask from you to be their seeing eyes, hearing ears, and deciding minds, so that they will have tough-mindedness, tireless motivation, and unceasing vigilance for their duties, families, and country. O God of strength and power, we knock your door and seek only from you for you to embrace us and touch our hearts, our minds, our spirit, concerns, hopes, weaknesses, our families, our loved ones, our nation, and good citizen of the world. We know that when you touch, all the wounds will be healed, all infirmity will go away, and enmity will be replaced with friendship, so that peace in our nation and the world will be accomplished as a result of service and leadership of our trainees today. In many beautiful names you have we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Deputy Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training and 1993 graduate of Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Alvin Schultz, Jr. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. From the graduating squadron, the Commander, 326 Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Smith. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 326 Training Squadron, and 1998 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Antonio Cardona. The Commander, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, Major Clinton Emery. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Senior Master Sergeant Anthony Ray Chua. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, Space Operations Command, Lieutenant General Stephen Whiting. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Space Operations Command, and 1992 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Jacob Simmons. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Cardona will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations, graduates. If there are any veterans in attendance today, I ask that you please stand and be recognized. Veterans, we thank you for paving the way and lifting us up on your shoulders. Graduates, the men and women have come before you and airlifted troops and supplies into the jungles of Vietnam, executed precision airstrikes in the desert of Iraq and Afghanistan, delivered humanitarian aid to villages in Africa and South America, They have launched missiles and flown satellites, defended airstrips, and strengthened partnerships. Even now, as you stand in formation with your flight mates, our airmen, guardian, soldier, sailor, Marine, and Coast Guard brothers and sisters stand in formations all around the world, fighting alongside our allowance, coalition, and international partners, just as Master Sergeant John Chapman did. Master Sergeant Chapman was inserted onto the battlefield to rescue a wounded team member. He ascended on enemy fire positions and broke their stronghold on the hillside. Despite being wounded, he fearlessly charged an enemy bunker, killing all enemy occupants, and continued to fight until he took his last breath. Master Sergeant Chapman was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for extraordinary heroism and courage. He embodied the phenomenal attributes of a wingman, leader, warrior. Graduates, today we are here to honor your hard work, your commitment, and your courage as you embark on your journey as the newest Air and Space Force members to join the Department of Defense. Soon you will stand in these formations in defense of our nation and its interests. You are charged to focus on adapting to military requirements, being part of the profession of arms, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of our Air and Space Force. In this phase of your careers, you are to prepare for increased responsibilities and follow your dreams. In return, your leaders will ensure you are trained, qualified, and ready to operate, both at home and in an expeditionary environment. To our military training instructors, watching you build, develop, and pour your all into our Airmen and Guardians is an incredible sight to see. Thank you for all your hard work, endless dedication, motivation, and professionalism displayed each and every day in basic military training. In closing, graduates, congratulations on this huge milestone. You are joining a team that will look to you to define the character of our Air and Space Force for years to come. We have the utmost faith in you because every time you recite the Airman's Creed, you adamantly proclaim that you will not fail, and we believe you. As your senior enlisted leader, I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Schultz and Chief Master Sergeant Anderson that you receive your coveted Airmen and Guardians corn, which signifies your transitions today from trainees to Airmen and Guardians. Congratulations. All right, graduates, let's show them how loud and proud we are. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's Coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur, until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force. The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961, and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, Semper Supra, which translates to always above. This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force.
And gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Smith will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Who got Bulldogs? Good morning, family and friends of the 37th Training Wing, and welcome to the home of basic military training for both Air Force Airmen and Space Force Guardians. Thank you for your love and the support that you have provided to these new Airmen and Guardians in defense of our wonderful country. More importantly, thank you for your trust. It is my great honor to introduce the 358 Airmen and 86 Guardians from the 326 Training Squadron as our nation's newest Airmen and Guardians. And one more special thank you to our veterans. Please stand so we can give our greatest thank you for the wonderful sacrifices you have made. Thank you. Veterans, thank you so much for paving the way for us and allowing us to be able to enjoy the fruits of the freedom and justice. To the military training instructors, as I've always said, as a commander, I am nothing without you. And it takes the top 1% to train the top 1%. So if there's one special moment, I just want to say thank you for your hard work and dedication that you have provided to basic military training. We cannot operate without you and the sacrifices that you have made and continue to make every day, and you will never ever be forgotten. Families and friends, please show great love and gratitude to the entire basic military training MTI Corps. Much love. Airmen and Guardians, as your very first commander, I'm extremely honored to lead and work with such an outstanding group of individuals. You have made me very proud and pleased to continue to always strive and excel to every moral standard that encompasses the foundation of justice and protection for those who are either too weak or too afraid to defend themselves. As you walk the halls of valor and honor, please remember those that have fallen and those that have allowed us to enjoy the rights and privileges that we all possess. Please remember, through hard work and dedication, you always excel at accomplishing your goals, and as you move forward throughout your lives and your careers, always remember that you are willing to sacrifice so that others may live. Thank you, Airmen and Guardians. Your future service is well appreciated across the United States of America and our allied partners around the world. Best of luck to you always. And as you go forward, look to the sky and maintain hope, and remember that unity will take us far and beyond. Again, I'm very proud of you, and now please go forward and succeed. Finally, Airmen and Guardians, always remember to never give up and to strive and support others to succeed. Is that clear? Yes, always remember to always support and defend those who are not strong enough to defend themselves. Is that clear? Yes, finally, always remember to push forward both strength and stubbornness as you strive for your endeavors, and never ever forget that we're one team. Congratulations.
Thank you, Colonel Smith. Air Force Basic Military Training conducts graduation events over the course of 2 days to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest Airmen and Guardians. These events recognize their transition into the profession of arms. We acknowledge the tradition of honor and legacy of valor provided by those who came before and inspire us still today. We would also like to thank the family and friends for their continued support that these graduates will be counting on as they serve our great nation in the years to come. This week, we have a special opportunity to recognize one additional and significant achievement demonstrating the dedication of 6 of our graduates who have completed the process to become citizens of the United States of America. Today's recognition is made possible by a partnership between the Department of Defense and the Department of Homeland Security to allow active duty service members to become citizens under the Naturalization at Basic Training Initiative. To be eligible, a member of the Armed Forces must pass a comprehensive application process administered by the Department of Homeland Security, including a background check and a personal interview to demonstrate high moral character and their knowledge of the English language. Applicants are also tested on U.S. history and government. When applicants take the oath of allegiance to the U.S. Constitution, they become American citizens. The Air Force is proud to recognize Airman Shiraz Ahmad, country of origin, Pakistan. Yao Jean Privat, Brau. Country of origin, Ivory Coast. Airman Savoya Garvey. Country of origin, Jamaica. Airman Henry Maduka. Country of origin, Nigeria. Airman Shashika Nevins. Country of origin, Jamaica. Airman Jose Pleitez Mejia. Country of origin, El Salvador. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate the newest citizens of the United States of America. At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This Guardian has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 372, Guardian Dakota DeRosier. He is from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and joined the Space Force to become an intelligence analyst. In the stands cheering are his mother Michelle, dad Paul, sister Savannah, brothers Paul, Cole, and Seth. His recruiter is Master Sergeant Letier Dorian from the 333rd Recruiting Squadron in Oakland Park, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
I am an American Airman!
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force and Space Force songs.
All
Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37th Training Wing, Joint Base, San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Airmen or Guardians, if you lost a flight cap, report to the podium to retrieve it. Top graduate report to the podium, and new United States citizens report to the auditorium to retrieve your certificates. All graduates are now released to their families.